Hello, dear ones. This is Bevin with Perceptive Souls. I'm a coach and mentor for intuitive empaths, light workers, and conscious leaders. I'm also the co-founder of 1millionempaths.com, an online private sanctuary for those who care deeply about our world. If you want to know anything more about my work, you're welcome to check the description box below. And these are collective energy readings. And so, of course, they take place on a certain day and time. But when you come to them, these are universal archetypes. So that is the time when it's meant for you. That's the message you're meant to receive. So let's jump right into your reading. I pull all the cards, then I get on and do this short interpretation on a particular phrase or word that comes to me either upon awakening or in meditation. And today's concept was a beacon, right? A beacon. So a beacon reminds me of a lighthouse, right? It reminds me of this, this thing that we're looking for. It's like when we're really coming into a space of needing guidance in our lives, and we're like, okay, I don't know which direction to go. And particularly right now, we see that a lot of us feel this way. I go from feeling like really great and really centered and having a knowing that this is the largest spiritual awakening that we've ever experienced on a human scale, to going, oh shit, how am I going to pay, my electric bill? And how am I going to make this work? And I think that, this is just part of this collective energy that we're all looking for our true north. We've sort of lost that. I think in the past, maybe that was our business or our job or, what we did every day, our standard routine. And now that all of that is disrupted, we're kind of like, what's happening? Where's the beacon, right, in all of this? And so when we first started to hear the rumblings coming out of Asia about the virus, and we started to feel, this thunder, right? And ancient cultures, they called them the thunder beings, right? They were foretelling that something was coming, something was changing, a storm was on the horizon. And boy, did we ever start to feel this. And the 5 and the 6 add up to 11, which is a master number. And it invites us into this big transformation, this huge shift. So we started to get rumors about something's going on. And some people are like, no, it's not really happening. And other people are like, I think we ought to pay attention here. And other people are like, what's going on? And these are the thunder beings. They're going, it's like the drum, boom, 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 boom. Something's coming, right? And we didn't know quite what we'd be facing. And we kind of, in some ways, still don't really know what we're facing. So we're still looking for that beacon. And yet inside of each person, this beautiful, divine core essence, right? That we're holding and we're nurturing, we're cradling. We've been cradling this the whole time, but we haven't really been able to access it. You see, like, here the face is very dark. It's very downtrodden, if you will. We have this part of ourselves, and we're sitting on the ground, and we're like, oh, how do I express this out in the world? I have this inner beacon. I have this inner light, and there's all this activation here, up there at the crown chakra, but it's not really elevating through. We're not really aligned. We're just kind of crouched and hidden and still cradling. We can hear that thunder coming, right? We can hear that thunder coming. And the next card that arose was actually the medicine wheel, which is such a powerful, powerful symbol. At one point, I actually built a stone medicine wheel, manifestation wheel, out in my backyard, and had my soul family come in and do various ceremonies and things here. And I'll just say to you that if you have never believed that walking into a space with a strong intention and walking from one space, one aspect, one part, one house, whatever you want to call it, to the next, it brings out so much inside of you. It amplifies your existing manifestation power. And there's all kinds of animals, spirit animals. You see the snake here, which is all about transformation. and the eagle, which is about having a higher perspective. And, you know, I think it looks like a cougar, perhaps, right? It has this far-sightedness, this perception. It's very fast, very swift. And let's see what this, oh, there's the hummingbird at the top, right? The high vibrational space. And so this medicine wheel, the 3 and the 5 come up to an 8, which is again that reciprocal flow, that balanced energy. And let me read just a little bit from the interpretation. Here's the invitation of the manifestation wheel, the medicine wheel. To manifest clear blue skies in your life, it is important that you take a look at certain aspects of your being. Enter the medicine wheel from the south and reflect on how you are still clinging to events from the past. So one of my other collective energy readings talks a little bit about longing and how we're still longing for what's normal and like what we knew before, but we're just really never going back to that place. And that's really challenging for us. And then we continue on to the west and notice those things in your life which are draining to you. You can tell when you feel that something is uplifting, whether that's a relationship with another person, the work that you're doing in the world, how much sleep you're getting, the food that you're putting in your body, what is draining you and what is uplifting you? How do you do more of what nurtures and provides vitality and energy to you? And how do you start to release those things which are no longer serving you? And release can be very challenging, right? We have this need to cling on, but the medicine wheel invites us to come through. The medicine wheel takes us on a journey. That is the medicine, is the journey, right? So we step into the north now and ask, do I know what my passion is? And how do I show it, right? This is a little bit about what I do with clients. I help them step into their soul mission and their life purpose and discover that core essence, this core essence right here that has always been inside of you the whole time, right? This has been here the whole time since you were born on this planet. And this is what I do is, as a life purpose coach, is help people step into that. And then you end at the east, visualizing how you want to live the next chapter of your life. As individuals and as a collective society, a global society, and each of our countries that we're from, we have an opportunity now to rewrite what business looks like, what our community looks like, what does healthcare look like. These are immense opportunities. It's up to you how much time you spend in each of the directions. Could be minutes, could be days, or even months. But when you are done walking this path, going through each of the cardinal directions, make sure to step outside of the wheel and look back at your journey. And you can do this at any point in your past. You can look back at your past and actually see this journey, see the progression, see that everything you've learned, see how you've questioned, see what you've let go of, see what you chose more of consciously, and how you step deeper into your passion and your purpose. And when we begin to do that, we come into the 7 of air. I don't know if you can see this card very well. Try to get it to place. And you can see here that she's actually holding the caduceus, the medical symbol, the symbol of health, right? And every chakra is aligned. So she looks very, very different than this posture here, right? In this posture, she's standing in her power stance. And in this posture that we've had before, we were kind of all balled up in sort of that fetal position. So this is that journey, to come out of fear and come back into our own empowerment. And a lot of that empowerment, this is the air energy, the swords, it's activated here in the mind, right? And you see this moment of enlightenment. There's just this beautiful, I don't know if it will change, it's a beautiful rainbow coming out. There's this enlightenment, this realization that we actually create our own reality, that we have an opportunity to create a life that lights us up. She has got purple hair. She is lit up from top to bottom. She's holding that staff. She's a powerful healer of her own inner wounds and perhaps even a healer for others. She is not afraid of either the shadow or the light. She comes into balance, and you can see all of these amazing light codes, this light language that she's sensing into. This is the language of energy, right? She's becoming masterful at that. And when we get ourselves into this place from a mental position, we then begin to blossom, right? What comes out of us is sprouts out, and it opens and it expands and extends out into the collective, extends into the web of consciousness, and it extends into our humanness, right? We drop a little stone in the pond and it ripples out. We help one person. We support one local business. We provide food. We ask our neighbor, how you doing? From the balcony. How you doing? Is there anything you need? We reach out to those who we love and we care about, and we make sure that everyone is okay. We help to uplift and nourish each other. And when we do that, we shift and change this entire consciousness. There's enormous difference between this card and when the thunder and the storm came in, right? This is what happens after the storm has passed. Right? We begin to create this new collective vibration. Just absolutely gorgeous. And now we come to our final card, right? This is the card that came through. This is the beacon. It's the climbing up to the pinnacle, right? The pinnacle of the mountain, excuse me. And, we have all these jagged baby obstacles along the way, but we can see this light up here. We can see this light. And the higher we climb, the more of us that become that light for others. So this could also be seen as others who are climbing. When we get to this top point, there's a beautiful view there. It's an incredible view. We have this really large understanding. This is, to me, is where really the eagle would come in, right? This eagle with that high perspective, flying high, being able to see that this time in the world, while it has enormous amount of challenges for many, many people, pretty much everyone, and some more deeply than others, there is a larger beacon that's calling us. It's calling us to climb this mountain. It's calling us to overcome those obstacles. It's calling us to reach a hand down and pull someone else up, while being firmly rooted in where we are. We can't pull someone else up if we don't have a firm foundation. If we haven't rooted ourselves, put the crampon into the side of the mountain, attached our harness, right? We have no business then, if we're not in that place, to actually reach a hand down and bring another person forward. We need to get ourselves into that space. We need to get our mind, our body, our emotional center, our spiritual connection into this space. Does that mean that we are going to be this beautiful rose going, oh, all the time? Absolutely not. Yesterday, I talked to several light workers and I was like, they were like, oh my gosh, what was the energy going around yesterday afternoon? Because it's about the same exact time, all of us laid down and just took a nap. It's like our energy was gone. There was nothing else we could do. And 2 hours later, I woke up and I felt so much better. I went out, stood in the moss on the north side of the house here and just grounded myself, right? So that I could get up, teach a class today, teach a class tomorrow, get on and do this collective energy reading and climb that mountain just a little bit more, right? Be this beacon for others. Every single one of us is this, and you don't have to be at the top of the mountain, because this kind of represents, to be in some ways, the old hierarchy, right? That there's just 1 or 2 people here at the top, and everyone down below has to be, serving them and making money for them. And it's not about that. It's about uplifting. If I see people climbing past me, I'm like, yeah, here, let me put your foot here. Let me give you a boost up, right? This is what it's about. This is a new type of leadership that we're stepping into now. So I'm so glad that you joined me to learn more about the beacon. I invite you to comment below about what your experiences are with either seeing or feeling or sensing the beacon in your life, and perhaps even being the beacon. I mean, what is this energy here that's inside of you? What wants to be expressed? What wants to be expressed? Reach out to me and let me know what that is. And I thank you so much wherever you're joining me from anywhere in the world. Please like and subscribe, which helps to grow my channel and grow these messages to others who can benefit and who can connect in with who they really are as empaths, light workers, and conscious leaders. Namaste, my friends.